All right. Hi, guys. Hello. Hello, Jenna.
Hello.
What's up? What's up?
Not much. This is very loud, isn't it?
It's a little bit loud, but we're not in the studio room because Mark's not here, so we can record in the
more comfortable room.
Yeah, just the regular room without the air blasting noisily. And I like it louder. I like to be able to hear us a little bit louder. You don't? It's too loud for you?
No, I'm just wondering what happened to your voice
in the
past 20 minutes.
Oh, it's been like this, I think, all day.
No, it has not.
Oh, really?
Not to my ears.
Oh, yeah, my voice has gone to crap, guys. So we're going to keep this bonus episode short and sweet so you don't have to listen to me squeaking into this microphone. But this is the bonus episode for part 1 of the Brownsville Child Murders. And because it is such a, I don't know to anybody else, I actually haven't gotten any feedback or messages on it, which is
telling.
You think maybe that there's like no feedback to give except for that it's horrific, right?
Well, yeah, I don't know, but that was my first thought, and I didn't have a lot of lookup on the lookup list because at some point if I'm being honest, I a little bit checked out, like put my protective.
I kept that part in, actually. You said that.
Did I say that?
You said that in the episode. Well, actually, it might be in part 2, so I may be kind of giving a little bit away. But at the end of, I think it was in part 2, I read. His name is escaping me, but the father's name.
You know, I won't be of any.
Yeah,
help.
I can't. Good grief.
All right, we'll just pause for a second because I have it right here.
What's his name?
Oh, this notebook is from World Market.
I love World Market.
I know.
I want to buy everything inside of that store.
Except for this notebook, I agree.
Luis, Robert, what the fuck is his name?
Oh,
his brother is Jose.
John and Angela.
John Allen
Rubio.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I think I stopped the last episode. I stopped the last episode before John Allen's actual written confession that I read. So this is a little bit of a, preview because this will come out Monday and the actual episode comes out Tuesday.
Monday will be the 3rd of July.
Yes, and so the episode will come out the 4th. But at the end of me reading his confession, and I believe I left this in, you said, I have nothing to say. I had to take my headphones off at a certain point and I checked out, which is completely acceptable and fair.
Yeah.
Based on that.
I got to protect my own business.
Totally. So, we're this is, again, I feel like we did this recently either with Truck Stop or Toy Box. It was so disturbing. We were like, we're not doing lookup. We're just going to do random shit. And that
let's do random shit.
Yeah, it defeats the lookup a little bit, but sometimes I think it's necessary, so that's what we're going with.
I don't think anyone cares.
I don't either. So it is Saturday. Me and Jenna have been
pooling.
Yeah, we went to the pool. We are working on a piece of art for the studio room. Mm-hmm. So from the old studio, like booth, I guess you call it, that Mark built, like it was a studio within my guest room. I don't know how to describe it, but it's on Instagram.
The podcast room.
Yeah. So we took that apart, and obviously you guys have seen the progression of our studio room, but we have all the pieces of wood from the actual studio that we took apart. And so we decided, Jenna had a great suggestion, like let's paint it and like do the logo and try and do the cattle skull. Yeah. So we are working on that. So we painted a piece of wood. We're going to work on that. We went to the pool and now we are finally getting to this little bonus, which honestly, like I said, no lookup, just bonus. I have a couple random questions and then I have some really random facts and
just get to them.
That's it. I don't know what else to say.
What are the questions?
Okay. Do you have a fun fact about yourself you could share? I don't know.
No, I'm not making that face at you. I'm making it in my brain.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I don't know. That's a broad question.
Totally.
Like, I'm not even going here, but I am a little bit like, what constitutes fun?
I don't know.
What's your fun fact? So I get a little realm of like, what does that mean? Like,
I can wiggle my ears.
Yeah, that is a fun fact. I cannot wiggle my ears.
I can touch my tongue up my nose.
Yeah, I can't do that.
That's about all the fun things about me, I guess.
Here's my fun fact. I cannot wiggle my ears.
Wait, Kate, I can cut this.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to share about your tattoos? Like, you have a cool... It's kind of a cool fun fact. No. Okay.
I'll share this one.
Okay.
Yep.
Can I keep this in? Because I feel like she would...
No, because I'm not good. Well, unless you attach it to something else. Why are we talking about mother?
We're talking about mother for a reason that we can't disclose.
Yeah.
But Jenna, I asked...
you have to pop it over here.
Yeah, that's fine. I asked Jenna about some... That's fine. I will cut it. I always cut things that you ask me to. But I asked Jenna about something and she said, no, don't want this in there. Fine, no problem. But then she mentioned our mother, our late mother, and she referred to her as mother. And I feel like mom, who we never referred to as mother, would love if like we were referring to her as mother.
I do often when I talk about our mom.
Really?
Not to like close people, but whomever. I'm like, yes, my mother.
Mother. She would, I feel like she would love it.
Oh my God, you know what she would love also? I know this sounds creepy and I don't mean it creepily, that anyone that she cared about had a tattoo of her fucking face on them.
Of course.
She's vain as fuck.
Yeah, she was vain.
That's cool.
I'm going to bleep that out, but I'm going to keep the vain part.
Okay, here's the fun fact.
Okay, fun fact.
I have 7 tattoos.
Oh, shit. Okay. How many do I have?
I don't know.
9. I have 8 or 9. I don't fucking know. 8 or 9. And I like, you know how many I like? 2.
You know what I like about mine?
What?
No one can see them.
Yeah.
Right now. True. Well, except for this one. You know what I want to get tattooed?
That's true.
Remember that show Bear? Remember that show Bear?
I love that show. The Bear? The Bear.
Okay, really like that show.
Great show.
It is a bit emotional at times.
It is. It's intense. I don't want to say emotional because emotional to me, I guess I hear emotional. This is not for everyone. I hear emotional, I think sad. And that's not what emotional means. For me, at least right now, that's what it means. But I will agree that it is intense, I feel like. It is an intense, at times, show. Emotionally, yeah. It's a great show.
You just literally came all the way back around to saying it's intense. I don't care. Yeah. I'm just saying you ended up at... Okay, intense to me means like high, not even action. It doesn't matter. That's not what I'm saying. Either which way, it's something. Also, I love that guy.
Oh, Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah, what's his name in the show?
Carmine. Carmy. Yeah, Carmy Bear. And it's the Bear because their last name is Bear something Italian. And I can't think of it.
Me neither.
Yeah, really good show.
He's got a lot of tattoos, right? Visible tattoos.
Very cool tattoos.
On his hands. And I really like that. Like, I like those not intricate, but like delicate tattoos.
I do too.
And this is the next tattoo I'm going to get. And it's going to be visible.
Okay.
I'm not going to. I am. I'm not. I am.
Tell.
It's going to say S-O or S-O-U-P like his.
Soup.
It says soup. You know, everyone, like, people think like gangbangers or whatever have like, you know, hardcore shit tattoo on their knuckles. Yeah. And his says soup.
Yeah, I do love it.
That's awesome.
And he's got like a cool nut. He's got a lot of cooking tattoos. Yeah. It's a great show. And he must be, I actually haven't looked this up, but he must be, that actor must be from Chicago because The Bear takes place in Chicago. Mm-hmm. He was in Shameless, which takes place in Chicago. So I feel like he's got a lot of love for Chicago. I'd imagine he's from there.
Or maybe it was just a coincidence.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm sure you're more right, but
I have no idea, to be honest. I'm going to look right now. Jeremy Allen White, he starred as Lip Gallagher on the Showtime series Shameless and troubled chef in the Hulu drama series The Bear.
Oh, it's a troubled show.
Yeah.
What's his
he won
birthday?
A Golden Globe Award.
As he should.
February 17th, 1991. He's 32 years old from Brooklyn, New York. Yeah. Not from Chicago. Interesting. It is a coincidence. You were right. So we're going to talk about some random things. Okay, so fun facts. So your tattoos.
I've got 7 tattoos.
Got it.
Only people can see one of them if I'm wearing pants and a tank top.
How many of mine can you see if I'm wearing pants and a tank top?
Well, I can only see one, and you're wearing like a t-shirt and no pants.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I have.
Well, I could if that, I guess I could see 2.
Yeah, I have one around my ankle.
I could see 3 if you went like that.
If I went like this.
Yeah.
Or if I went like this.
Oh, I could. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the one we leave out.
Yeah, we leave out the one on my left outside of my wrist because it was
not good.
No, it's not good. I got it with Jackie, and she got one on her foot at the same time.
And it was good.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was really good. She got the Greek evil eye on her foot, and it's really nice. And we went to a place here in Tucson, like on, I don't know.
I wouldn't name the place.
I don't remember the name, honestly, even if I could name it. But I think you were out of town. We were staying at your
Scotland.
Yeah, we were staying at your house, and we went one night. We decided to get tattoos, and so she got the evil eye on the top of her foot. It's beautiful. It looks really great. The owner of the shop did it, and the person who did mine, I didn't know it at the time, but she was new, and this was the first actual tattoo she ever gave. Which, if I had known that, I maybe wouldn't have let that happen, but I probably would have.
You probably would have because you're too nice, even though your brain would have been saying, stop it, don't do this.
Don't do it. Yeah, but I would have let it happen because I wouldn't have wanted to be rude. I didn't know it. She did it. And at the time, I remember Jackie was getting hers, and I'm looking at her, and I have tears going down my face. I was like, something's wrong.
Oh, you knew it was bad, like, while she was in the midst of doing it?
100%.
Because it hurt?
It hurt so badly.
Okay, but did you not think that? But also different parts of the body, and it was all black. People think color. Okay, yeah, you just knew.
It was far too painful. I had at that point I had like 7 tattoos. Like I was like, this does not hurt. And I had previous to that the one on the inside of my wrist, which is a very delicate place. This hurt. Or maybe I hadn't. I don't remember the order. But either way, I knew something was wrong. It hurt so incredibly bad. She was digging so deep, and that was the problem. She went so deep that the ink got under my whatever.
Dermis.
Yeah. And it spread out. So when you look at the outside of my left wrist now, around the tattoo, there's just like a cloudy blue haze of
I was going to say green, but
green, yeah. I mean,
it's not a bruise, it's the ink.
It's the ink
it
that
looks
has spread
like
out under my skin.
You should post a picture.
I should. It's pretty bad. And so it was supposed to be just 3 triangles, 3 different Greek triangles, different like deltas, meaning change, different types of change. And it has ended up looking like not that. I don't know how to describe it. It just looks like
it still looks like triangles. It just looks like a 5-year-old child drew them. And actually were they supposed to be different sizes, like ascending or descending?
No, they were all supposed to be very delicate, the same size triangles.
Oh yeah, because they actually look
fine line triangles.
You know what I would do?
They've spread out. I should just put a black bar there to cover it up.
Well, yeah, you've said that for years, but
yeah.
I would do something different.
What?
Would put what you first wanted as a tattoo or like you've thought about.
Shark. Yeah. Shark teeth. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Make
that's actually
it like
not a bad idea.
A really dope shark that has kind of funnily big teeth.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
It could be like a really dope, realistic shark that just also his mouth is open because he's smiling
and bite
and talks a lot.
Yeah, like me.
Hey, that's funny.
I have always wanted a shark tattoo. I've always loved sharks, so that's true. Yeah, it's a terrible tattoo. I will post a picture of it. Okay.
There's way more terrible though. Like at least it's just triangles.
Yeah,
it's not like
it's not that bad. I also have a tramp stamp, so.
Well, so do I.
Mine's.
Yeah, yours is like a real one.
Yeah, it's like a tribal tramp stamp. I mean, it's terrible.
It's all the things.
Oh, it's all the most cliche, terrible things. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But, It's all right. Eventually one day. And then I also have on the back of my neck my zodiac sign, but unfortunately at the time I was 18 and I was like, yeah, I'm Leo. This looks correct. I believed whatever they had on the wall was the zodiac sign for Leo. It's incorrect. So it literally means it's actually not my zodiac sign. It means nothing. It's an incorrect zodiac sign. Yeah.
I wanted to say like, gosh, at some point you're going to have to take accountability, but I guess you couldn't see the back of your neck as it was but also like at some point.
Oh, I've made horrible tattoo decisions. Yeah. I take full accountability.
It looks like a purple sperm.
Oh, yes. Yes, it does. And I also have a snake on the side of my neck that looks like a sperm. Oh, that looks
like a sperm.
Yeah, it does. I have 2 sperm.
No, actually, tattoos. It doesn't actually to me look like, I mean, sure, it could pass. Mildly. I like it. But, oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I have 2 sperm-looking tattoos, 1 tribal tramp stamp. It's pretty, I'm like the poster child.
Oh, you got a lot of T's. Oh, no, that was just 2 sperms, 1 tribal, 1
triangles.
Terrible triangle.
Yeah. I'm the poster child for bad tattoos. So, but you want to know what my favorite tattoo is?
You're a Gila monster.
God, no.
Yeah. Your vine.
Yeah. Poison ivy when I was 13 years old. It's the best tattoo I've gotten. It looks great to this day. It's nice, simple. I got it when I was 13, and to this day, it still looks spectacular.
If I didn't know you and I heard you saying all of this, and then you're all, my first tattoo was at 13, I'd feel, Jesus.
Yeah, it doesn't sound great, does it?
No, it does not.
All right, well, let's move on then. If you could have a personal tagline, what do you think it would be? That's a really hard thing to say on the spot because I don't have an answer.
You know, I was going to say, what would yours be?
I know.
Also, before I ask anyone a question, I often try and think, what would be my
personal tagline? I think we should think on that and come back to it, unless you have one.
No, I can only think of one that I've taken from someone else.
Who? What?
I'm not going to say who. You'll know.
Okay.
It's not my personal tagline, but it came to mind. Jenna. Okay, that's my name. Expansion. Always in all ways.
Oh.
Do you know? You don't know who that is? Mm-mm. Uh-huh. Well, never mind then. Okay, if you guys know who that is, it's nothing deep. Expansion. Always in all ways.
Okay, let's hear. I'm so curious if anybody knows what that is or who that is. I don't have one. I'm going to think of one though. What is the weirdest piece of information or news you've heard this week?
Oh, well, I don't watch the news.
Okay.
Or listen.
Okay. But have you heard anything strange or weird this week? Your husband watches the news, right? Right?
No. Well, I mean, yeah, doesn't watch the news, but yes, takes in news media. Mm-hmm. But no. Yes. Okay. The most interesting thing, is that what you said?
Weird, interesting, anything. Nothing.
What's yours?
The Garth Brooks thing I told you last night.
Oh, that was this week?
Yeah, I just saw that yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a new thing.
Well, it's new to me. I don't know if it's new in life, but it is new to me. So I saw on TikTok yesterday this whole, and I like went in a hole of like, Garth Brooks is a murderer. And people have like lined up his tour dates with like people missing in various cities, and whenever people go missing in various cities, that's when he's there. Of course, I think
by
it's all
his
a big
pseudonym, right?
Chris Gaines,
yeah,
and like Tom Segura kind of supposedly kind of started this, but I think he actually saw it and then just brought it to light. I'm not saying I think any of this is true. It was just fascinating to learn about. I was a huge Garth Brooks fan when I was a kid, by the way. Big Garth Brooks fan. But it was fascinating to learn about. I don't necessarily think it's true, but it was weird and interesting to follow for 25 minutes.
I also know you weren't thinking about me when you came up with these questions, because if you actually did, you know I can't answer some of these things on the spot.
Okay, here's one for you that I think you can.
Uh-oh, now I've got myself in a hole.
You have. This is the last question I have before I have a couple weird facts, and then that's it. What is your morning routine?
Oh, I wake up.
Uh-huh. Good.
I open my eyes. I'll take you step by step.
Please do.
I open my eyes.
Uh-huh.
and I feel around for the animals. And then they're right there. And then Hugo comes and licks my face. Also, I'm going to stop giving so much detail. I get out of bed. I do whatever to wash my face and mouth and stuff.
Wash my mouth.
And then I let the dog out. I feed the animals. I drink. I try. I don't always do this well. I try to drink 16 ounces of water.
Ooh, that's very good for you in the morning.
Room temperature.
Yeah. With lemon?
No.
Okay.
Because I've got weak teeth already.
Do you?
Well, I don't know. I just feel like I do. Okay. Room temperature water, a little bit of gratitude, and then whatever I want. I'll make a breakfast, an egg. I'll watch a trashy show if it's early enough, or I'll start.
Love a morning
I
trash.
don't shower in the morning.
Nor do I.
I put on makeup. I'll brush my hair and get ready for the day.
Okay. I like that.
Go outside at least once. I try to go outside before it gets to a goddamn million degrees.
Yeah. It is about 1,000,000 degrees here. Okay. I like that morning routine. That sounds lovely. Great. Good.
Okay.
Okay, now I have a couple of random facts. Some have to do with the Southwest, some don't. So the creators of South Park, which I'll be completely honest, and I'm sure I'm going to get a ton of backlash for this. I never watched South Park. Wasn't my thing.
Never watched it, period, or don't watch it, because I've watched
Both.
it.
I have seen episodes of South Park for sure in my lifetime. I have never sat down, put it on, and watched it on TV.
Okay.
Ever. Never. Okay. Just not for me. And the moments, Jackie loved it. I don't know. People love it. Everybody loves it. So I've seen it. And the moments I've seen of it, pretty funny, but also just, I don't know, just never been into it. But I did see an article, and I wanted to see what you thought about this. So Trey Parker and Matt Stone, who created South Park, they made a bold move by purchasing the renowned Casa Bonita restaurant in Denver, and they completely eliminated tipping.
I know about this.
You do?
I don't know about this. Like, I couldn't tell you, but I know someone who is about to go there, and they made a big deal about this.
Really? So they, I guess there has been a lot of people who have applauded this, and then a lot of backlash.
Because they eliminate, that's what they're applauding or backlashing, the tipping, that's it?
Supposedly.
Oh.
So it's apparently Casa Bonita in Denver is a landmark. It's been described as the Disneyland of Mexican restaurants.
Did you look it up?
I did look it up. I didn't know anything about it. I'd never heard of it. But basically, they eliminated the option for tipping, and instead they are paying their servers $30 an hour. And you're not allowed to tip at the restaurant anymore because of how much they're paying their servers. Do you have thoughts on that? Because I'm just wondering if you
do. No.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't really care, honestly. I really don't care. Like, also, if I leave a tip anyways, what are they going to do with it? If I put a $20 bill on the table and then walk away, are they going to throw it in the trash? Are they going to pocket it or give it to the server? Like,
I don't know.
They disallow tipping. I get that. I think it's great that they're paying their servers living wage, hopefully.
Have you seen this? This is supposedly inside the restaurant.
Yeah, I have. That's why I asked if you looked it up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like a cliff diving experience inside the restaurant. And
I don't know. What do you think? Is there that much to think about it? I don't work in the food industry.
Honestly, I don't know. I found it interesting because I think we've talked about this like at places where you walk in, you say, hey, I'd like to buy that. Thank you. Behind the counter, somebody hands it to you. And then you go to check out and you put your card in, and the card reader machine says, like, would you like to leave a tip? And the options are 10%, 15%, 20% or other, or no tip. And like, realistically, the person who has helped you, very helpful, but did, 1.5 seconds of work and is being paid to do that. And then I feel badly because they're standing right there. So I always leave a 20% tip. I always pick 20%. And half the time it's like $6-7. And it feels like, is that necessary? Like a server, 100%. Or a bartender, I totally get that. 100%, 20% plus tip. They're serving you. They're actively helping you, and they're being paid crap hourly. So I get that. But in other situations, I do feel like a little bit tipping has gotten out of control in those instances where the machine just says, like, would you like to leave a 20% tip? And it's like, if you don't, you kind of feel like a dick.
I don't.
Yeah, I know.
Also, those are two different things to me.
Well, like, servers and bartenders it is different. Yeah.
Well, right. That's why I can't compare. If someone's, but I think $30 an hour, I don't know. It depends on how
it's a great rate. That's a great wage.
It also depends on how expensive the meal is, right? Like at Sullivan's versus McDonald's, not that there's, you know what I mean? It depends on how much money they're going to make. They could potentially make off a tip. So $30 an hour at a mid-range restaurant, they're killing it. Yeah, forget the tip.
Totally.
If $30 an hour at a very high-end place, even though they're doing the same work, I'm not saying it's right.
Right.
But maybe they would make more if they took away the $30 an hour and people were allowed to tip. Yeah, so again, I don't have an opinion.
Situational.
I just think it's interesting.
Yeah, that's why I saved it. Interesting. I also found an article that said, the article just said, this man lives in an airplane in the middle of a forest. And I saved it because I was like,
is he in Costa Rica?
I was like, this person is like Jenna's person. Like, I feel like Jenna would love this. Like, she loves airplanes in the forest ish.
Not ish.
Yeah.
Period.
And so he's a former electrical engineer, Bruce Campbell. And he lives in a retired aircraft in the middle of the forest.
Where?
So I found an article that talks about people who live in retired airplanes, and apparently he's not the only one. In the late 1990s, Bruce Campbell, an electrical engineer with a private pilot license, he was listening to this story about this woman who also decided to live in a retired aircraft. So he said, quote, I was driving home and listening to the radio, and they had Joanne's story, and it was amazing. I didn't drive off the road because my focus turned entirely to it. And the next morning I was placing phone calls. He was figuring out how he could do this. So he has been living in his own plane, a Boeing 727, for over 20 years in the woods of Hillsboro, Oregon. He said, I still stand on Joanne's shoulders, and I'm grateful for the proof of concept. I would never, ever live in a conventional home. He has no regrets about it.
727 is pretty, especially if he lives alone, maybe with a dog or an animal. That's a decent sized thing.
Yeah, so the plane that he lives in belonged to Olympic Airways in Greece. And it cost about $220,000 at the time. Today it would be about $400,000 to kind of reimagine it to be like a home. He worked on it for a couple years before he was able to live in it. But it's pretty primitive apparently inside. And
are you going to post pictures?
Yeah, it's kind of fascinating.
Also, I want to know about the land where he parked his 727. Does he own the land? Is it public land? Like, I don't need the answers, but I'm just saying where my head goes. It's interesting to think about that. I also went to a bar in Costa Rica. That was a 727.
Oh, I remember seeing pictures of that. This is an article on CNN Travel that says he frequently gets visitors. He even often offers lodging in the aircraft free of charge. In the summer, he hosts larger public events. Artists perform on the right wing. Guests dance in front or behind the wing in the forest. So I will look more into it. Just initially, I was like, oh, this is super interesting. I feel like that's something that Jenna would be into. So I'll have to look more into it and find some pictures to post. There aren't pictures on this article, actually. Yeah, I'll post pictures. It's actually like pretty modest. It's not very like, whoa, amazing. He's living on a plane. I mean, super cool, but
he did say it's pretty rustic, right? Or used a word like that. Yeah,
it's pretty minimalist. And then the other thing that I saw, I actually posted this on our Instagram story, was psychologist warns it's a major red flag if you relax by enjoying true crime stories. And I was like, I have to, like, okay, this could just be like clickbait. I want to see if this is true, but this Dr. Thema, I don't know, Bryant appeared on the Mel Robbins podcast. And basically she actually verbatim said, if your idea of relaxing before you go to sleep is to watch 3 episodes of Law and Order, then I would encourage you to think about why trauma is relaxing to you. She said that some people find this content normal and familiar because they've been through trauma in their lives.
Do you find true crime relaxing?
Yeah, I guess I do. I haven't.
What do you think about what Thelma or
I haven't been
Ms. Bryant says?
Yeah, I disagree only because personally, I mean, I think most people have had some various levels and elements of trauma in their life. I have, as I'm sure most people have, but I haven't had trauma like in the form of true crime. I haven't been violently.
That doesn't matter. I don't think that's what she's saying, though. She's just saying trauma meets trauma. Like, it doesn't have to look. I mean, I actually have no idea. I think she's in the way I heard it. So I don't think she's saying anything.
Some people find this content normal and familiar.
I'm just saying, do you watch true crime to relax? I know you like true crime, like law. You really like Law and Order.
I love Law and Order.
But that's not saying you watch it to relax. I don't know. Maybe you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
FBI.
Yeah.
Law and Order.
CSI.
NCIS.
I don't watch any of that.
I love all of it. Like, yeah, it super relaxes me. I love it a lot. Totally. 100%.
So do you agree?
I will say that I don't listen to true crime podcasts to relax. I do find them fascinating and I will listen to them, but I don't I wouldn't put one on before I go to bed.
I used to. I don't listen to any true crime anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't relax me, certainly. And I used to listen to it like when I would like walk or hike. I used to listen to like Sword and Scale, and then it just started getting very disturbing to listen to for me. And I think now doing a true crime podcast, that's enough true crime podcast for me. Like I'm not interested in listening to it that much outside of that. But I do really enjoy all of the I like cop shows and true crime. Yeah, it's not true crime. It's just crime shows. Cop shows.
She said she referred to Law and Order in that article. So, right?
She did, which is interesting because Law and Order is not true crime, but it is crime. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. Also, I think a lot of people watch and or listen to true crime. I don't know if it helps them relax, but I think people watch and listen for leisure.
Yeah.
But are they intentionally saying I'd like to relax? So I'm going to put on this, and I'm excluding you because
I don't know, actually. It's a great question because do I put it on to relax?
When it's familiar to you. Yeah, I think that's why it's comfortable or quote unquote relaxing.
Yeah.
Because you've seen most of them probably
and
too.
And I know the characters,
right.
Olivia Benson.
So it's actually comforting in a way because also you're not like this. The first time, if anyone could see, I'm just staring at the screen oh my gosh, this, you've seen them mostly or you know the gist.
Yeah.
So you're not I'm going to see what happens.
What do you do to relax?
Oh, a lot of things.
Oh, what? I'm trying to think for myself.
Are we talking about media or just in general?
Just in general.
Well, Friends is comfort relaxing.
Okay. Yeah.
No emotion.
Yeah.
I like to sit outside. I look at the stars. I take a bath.
Mm-hmm.
I journal. I meditate. Also, I sometimes eat comfort food. Sometimes, all the times.
What's your favorite comfort food?
I'll pet my animals.
Like carbs, probably some kind of pasta, potatoes, like mashed potatoes, or like
even just like cheese.
Little red potatoes with like kind of like we had last night, but with
Yum.
which I ate sour cream with them.
Yum.
Yeah,
Those
like something
so
like
good.
that.
Macaroni and cheese for me, or cheese quesadillas.
There you go.
Cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of things.
What do I do to relax? I wouldn't actually know how to answer that question. I think I'd say.
Oh, there you go.
Working out, I think, relaxes me.
Oh, I think that's not that uncommon.
I don't enjoy it. It's not like
you enjoy that. You feel comforted or
after the fact. It relaxes
is that comforted?
Me. Yeah, I feel relaxed after the fact. Okay. Like I feel. I work out for many reasons, but when I'm done working out, I always feel my mood is better, and if I'm dealing with anything emotional, I feel more comfortable about it.
Now, I think that's quite common and understandable and reasonable. Is that relaxed, though? And now maybe I'm getting too dicey with the word. Like relaxed to wind down. Say you're not stressed or you're not...
True. No, I wouldn't go work out.
And I know you
like
sometimes
relax.
work out not when you're stressed as well.
Sure.
Yeah, but like to wind down at the end of an evening, if you're anxious, if you're stressed, or if you just had a long day, how do you wind down and signal to your brain, your body that it's time to get ready for bed, even if you're not going right to bed?
Yeah, I'd say a TV show or movie.
Yeah.
I like a hot chocolate. Yeah. I like a sugar-free hot chocolate before bed. I had one last night when I got home from your house. Like a warm drink relaxes me for bed. And I really enjoy a nighttime. I don't like really have a skincare routine. I use Dawn dish soap to wash my face. So clearly I'm not super particular, but I like
but
washing.
That could be particular too.
I like washing the day off of my face, brushing my hair, putting on, and I've like, 1,000 moisturizers that I get from
the little box subscription.
Ipsy that I get every month. So
I don't like that name. Sorry,
I don't
need to cut that.
Ipsy. No, it's okay. I don't love it either.
Ipsy.
I used to
do like whoopsie.
I used to do Birchbox.
I liked that name, which makes no sense either. But like Ipsy.
I don't remember why I switched, but I switched to Ipsy. I just like trying different things, and it's like pretty cheap, and I get a bunch of little things every month. So I just enjoy the
self-care aspect of it.
Washing my face, putting on moisturizer, brushing my hair, putting on my PJs, having a hot drink, getting in bed with the animals, and putting on a show. I do really enjoy reading before bed. I wish I did it more. I way more watch TV before bed.
It's easier.
Yeah.
And it's actually
I love to read.
But it feels easier.
It does.
And also reading for me.
It puts me right to sleep.
Everyone. Or most people.
Oh my God, it puts me right to
Even
sleep.
if it's a book I'm so jiving with and I want to see what's happening on the next page, I'm all...
What's the last great book that you read that you loved?
It's not called this, but it's something like this. And Dad gave it to me. And it's like one that I would have read anyways, which is weird. Like The Girl Next Door. It's kind of similar.
The Woman in the Window.
Yeah, but it's not that. But it's like Something Next Door. It's kind of similar to that. You just gave me a weird look.
Oh, because I thought that... So...
Or maybe it... it's something about next door. It's
the movie with...
Yes, and then the other one that's kind of kitschy.
Right, with Kristen Bell, yes.
Yeah,
but the real one
she has
with...
a weed-looking cat. Yeah, I know.
With Amy Adams.
Uh-huh. That's a great book.
That book. That's what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
It's not, but it's similar to that. Well, now I have to check. No, it's not that, because I read that before I saw the movie. Something about Something Next Door.
Okay.
And it takes place in New York. It's like that. Oh. It's like, not like...
I'd love to know what it is, because I loved that book and the movie, actually.
Did you like the kitschy one?
Well...
You didn't know it was a joke?
So
Oh, no. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I often, when I was working for the company I worked for, when it didn't involve listening to podcasts to edit, and it was just more like making pitch decks or whatever I was doing, I would have TV on the background because I didn't like the silence. And so I put it on one day in the background, and I was kind of like, okay, I'm not going to really like watch it, but I'll hear it in the background. And I would just look up every so often, kind of at like a very tense moment, and I'd be like, oh my God, what's happening? Whoa, so suspenseful. I didn't really know what was going on, but I kind of followed it. And then a couple weeks later, Mark was home one weekend.
Hold on, let me ask you a question real quick.
Sure.
Did you know that it was like a play, even if you thought you didn't know it was like kitschy or whatever?
I did not.
Did you know it was an offshoot of Amy Adams?
I did not.
Okay.
And so I had it in the background, and I thought like weird, but like good, but like it seems kind of weird. Like I do remember looking up, and she was pouring her wine to like the top of the glass, a giant glass of wine. And I remember thinking like, weird, like that seems a little like humorous, but okay, fine. And I was working. I didn't really think much about it. And then a couple weeks later, Mark was home one week and we weren't doing anything. And he was like, I don't know what to watch. What should we put on? I put it on, and I was making breakfast, and I was like, this show's good. It's like very suspenseful. And I put it on 30 minutes into the first episode. He's like, you're joking, right? Like, this is a joke, right? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, this is not a serious show. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, this is like a satire. This is a joke. None of this is serious. And
but
I was
it's
like,
cool.
wait. And I sat down, and then I actually sat, and we literally watched it in a day, I think. And I was like, wow, I feel stupid. This is not what I thought it was.
Also, at least the way you told it right now, you weren't fully watching.
It wasn't, but
also people who have never seen not that you have to see the Amy Adams one to know it's a satire.
Sure.
But that helps, right?
So it does. But it was like when I actually watched it, like paying attention, sitting there, not doing anything, I was watching it, I was like, oh, this is very obviously.
But there are serious moments in it, by the way.
Totally, there are.
To like balance it, I think.
But there are very like obvious.
Yeah.
They're poking fun. This is a satirical show. And I didn't get it at first. After I did get it, I was like, oh, it's brilliant. Like, it was very funny.
I still like I know it's totally different.
I do too.
Amy Adams
is with her cat.
Killer. Oh my God.
It's spooky. It's a great show.
It's such
a great show.
Great show. And the kid in it, the neighbor,
yep. Across
you know
the
what
way.
he's from?
I can't picture him right now, so no.
He's from the first season of White Lotus, the kid, Connie Breton's son that loves the iPad and the phone, and then he falls asleep.
Oh, yeah.
On the beach with his comforter.
Yes, his comforter.
And he loses it. Mom, where's my iPad?
That's right.
He's the kid in that.
Yeah, it's a great movie. That's on, I want to say
Netflix.
Netflix, yeah. Jenna recommended at the end of maybe another bonus, Platonic on Apple. And my good friend Nicole said she started watching it, and she said, I only started watching it because of Jenna's recommendation, and she loves it.
It's a great show. It's also very, I don't know, but it's a
certain breed of humor.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, if you don't like Seth Rogen, you won't like it.
Oh God, you will not like
it. Yes. Also, and there are people who really don't like him.
Sure.
Yeah. So if you don't like him, you won't like it. And it is a certain type of humor. I think it's great. I think it's a very sweet, lighthearted, funny, and smart show.
It's a little short, though.
It is short. And then also I turned you on to
Hijack.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, is that not what you were going to say?
It isn't, but that is great. Another Apple show, Hijack, and we're not sponsored by Apple, so I don't know why we
just like Apple. Your shows, Apple.
Yeah. Hijack is a plain show with Idris Elba that just came out. The first 2 episodes just came out. Really, really suspenseful and great. And then The Crowded Room.
That is good. If you think you're not going to like it, you may not.
I thought
try it.
I thought I wasn't going to like it. I watched the trailer and I was like, not going to like it. That was a loud noise. Sorry. I was like, this is a complicated, too all over the place show. I'm not going to like it. And I even watched the first episode and thought, I don't know. I don't like a too emotional show. This feels like it might get emotional. And now I just finished episode 5 or 6 last night, and I love this fucking show. I'm a huge Tom Holland fan.
Yeah, the first time I saw Tom Holland
is that dance he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. For anybody who hasn't, searched Tom Holland,
Rihanna
umbrella dance.
Yeah, they can just say Tom Holland and
he
Rihanna.
does him and I don't remember what the show is.
I don't know.
It's celebrities like do different dances, and he does this dance as Rihanna. It's phenomenal. I love it.
I like crowded. I really like it. Guess what?
You like Platonic more?
Well, sure. No, I don't. I can't compare them. They're totally different. I wouldn't say that.
Totally different.
I really love
Hijack.
No. They're totally different. I love Crowded Room.
Okay.
The last episode, I would give it a 6.5 out of 10. And otherwise, I would give it 8 out of 10 for all the others.
Oh.
I did not as much love the last episode.
Okay. I just watched it last night when I came home from your house.
It'd still be good, so people please watch it.
Yeah, it's a very interesting show. I like it a lot. And I'm anxiously awaiting the morning show coming back in September. Can't wait.
Wait on.
God, I love that show. And otherwise, there's like really no TV. This isn't a show about
I'm
TV,
watching.
but
I dislike the name, and just like that, I'm a Sex in the City. I will watch that. I'll watch a lot of shit.
I won't watch it.
Why?
It feels.
You weren't even that into Sex in the City.
No, I love Sex in the City. Loved Sex in the City.
Did you watch the first season of And Just Like That? Do you know what happened to Mr. Big?
He died of a heart attack in the bathroom.
He was on a Peloton.
Oh, on a Peloton. Yeah.
Well, yeah, in the bathroom. They had it in their palatial bathroom.
Right. What a great word. Love that word, palatial.
Well, it was. He was in like the outskirts of the bathroom, and here's the shower.
I think I watched it.
Oh my God, you're looking sometimes for things to watch.
It feels like it would be sad. It feels like sad. It's not.
Why?
Well, I will watch this one because Oliver's in it, so I will watch it.
But why? Because he died?
Oh no, it just
they're old.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. Just say it.
Yeah, it feels like a little like.
Oh my God, I could wish so much that I have any of their like looks in life.
Oh my gosh, no.
Also, Carrie Bradshaw's doing a podcast. You know, she's a podcaster.
I don't know that. And it's not because I'm like, oh my God, they're old. I can't watch it. It just feels like Sex and the City was such a very special moment in time, and to bring it back, I don't know. And I honestly, I don't remember much except for Mr. Big dying. So maybe I didn't even watch the whole.
I don't think you watched the first season of And Just Like That.
I'm sure I didn't. So I probably can't accurately comment on it, but I think that Sex and the City to me felt like such a special thing.
It was and is.
And then it felt like, do we need this?
Of course we don't. But are you going to put on the TV? Are you going to look for something to watch? This is a good, decent thing to watch.
So do I need to watch the first one to watch the second one?
No.
Because I do want
to know is Big
Oliver.
died.
I remember Oliver texted me and said, I'm on set. He play like, what's her name? Miranda's something?
Miranda's new partner's ex-husband.
That's it. But he texted me, I just got off set and I was in bed with Miranda or something like that. And I was like, what?
You know, you told me that months ago.
Months ago.
Right. So this new season came out, and just on this last episode, he first showed up. They're not in bed together, but he showed up. He picked her up from the beach. You don't need to know what that means. It doesn't matter. She's all, hi, how do you know my partner? I can't remember the partner's name. And he says, oh, I'm so-and-so's ex-husband. And they're driving in the car. So, but when he came on screen, I remembered, I think Marco said they were in bed together.
I swear.
So now I know where this might go.
Yeah.
Which I might have thought that anyways, but like.
And I honestly, I'll have to find the text, but I swear I have a text that he said, like, I just got off set. I was in bed with Miranda. And I remember being like, what? And he's like, I'm on the new season of And Just Like That or something, you know.
No, it's not in something. It's a stupid name. And also that's what it's called.
Name. Okay.
But you like LA, a part of it Miranda's living in LA. They show a lot of cool LA.
I do like LA. And I love Oliver, so I'm going to watch whatever he's in. I'll support it. I'll watch it for sure. I will watch it.
Does he like podcasts?
Does Oliver like podcasts?
No, you do. And
I was like, yes, he is 3.
Or you have an interest in podcasts.
Yeah.
And
so what's her new podcast?
Carrie has a podcast. That's what she's doing instead of being an author. You know, she's written all the books in the show.
In the show.
In the show. Sex in the City podcast.
Gee, I thought you meant in real life she had a podcast. I see.
She's veered from books.
Columnist to podcast. Okay. And it's not overly emotional?
It's not emotional at all.
Oh, I'll totally watch it then. Okay, great. Well, that's good to know. Then I have something new to watch because I was
so good.
I think I stopped watching
it's
honestly
not so good,
after that episode where Big died.
Oh, you saw that one?
That in that first season, I think I didn't watch after that.
That's the first episode, first season.
I think I watched that and then I stopped. I never watched it anymore. Yeah. I don't, because whatever was happening in my life at the time, I didn't want to watch something emotional. And here we are again. I don't want to watch something emotional. So
it's not. I don't find it emotional.
Okay, well, great. Then I will try it out. I will try. Yeah, I'm anybody who's listening, if you have any suggestions for non-emotional
South Park.
Friends. I was going to suggest one for people. That movie, it is on Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it for free with ads, I think, on Amazon's like Freevee. It's their little something. Called Family, and it has Taylor Schilling. She was in I only know her from Orange is the New Black, but she's wonderful in it, and I put it on the other day thinking we'll see. I don't know. I found it very, very funny, very sweet, and it evoked zero emotions for me, which right now at this point in my life with things with Mark and life, that feels appropriate. And so it was funny. I thought it was a great watch. So anybody who's looking for a free movie to watch, it's called Family and it's on Amazon Prime, and I highly recommend.
Describe, you don't have to give away the end, but like
it's
what is that called? The community of
Juggalos. It's
Juggalos. Thank you. That's
the Insane Clown Posse. Yep. Yeah, that plays it plays maybe not a small part, it actually plays kind of a part in it, but it's about this woman. She's very, very driven, only focused on her job, and her brother ends up needing her to take care of his daughter, her niece, for like a night, and it ends up turning into a week, and she's not equipped to do it, and it's cute. It's a very sweet movie. I liked it a lot, so I recommend that. And since we are not a show about TV shows, although I feel like we should be because we both watch a lot.
I'd be way more proficient.
Oh my God. We could do a bonus episode a week, literally just about what we're watching. And I feel like
we just did 2 bonus episodes.
I know. We would have a lot to say.
Also, I want to do a podcast called Nothing, period.
Just about anything we want.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's called Nothing, but it's about anything.
Well, why don't we
Which means nothing.
So why don't we just turn the bonus episodes into bonus episodes, nothing. Nothing number 25, nothing number 26. If we have anything to say about the episode, we could say it. And then otherwise, we're just talking about whatever the hell we want. Because I feel like prior to actually picking up these microphones, for listeners who don't know, you came over at 1 o'clock today, 1:30. So we talked for a full 6 hours before we got on here, and we still have things to talk about. I feel like we could literally talk about anything for a very long time.
Next time, here's a teaser.
Okay.
People are gonna not want to wait till next time. Temptation Island.
Oh my God! I really just wanted to talk.
Found this, and I get maybe there's like a newer season. That's why it's popping up on my thing. Maybe I think, but like I'd never seen it. Maybe I've heard of it.
Never seen it.
I'm enthralled.
I've never seen it, and Jenna was talking to me about
the most mindless TV you could ever watch.
Well, and this is nothing I would ever put on.
Me neither until I did. So
right.
I guess I can't say that.
So she put it on, like right before we started recording this, we put it on for a few minutes. And I agree. I am fascinated with the like mindset behind the people who go on this. Like, what are you thinking?
It would make more sense, and maybe they don't say this up top, of like, if they end up together, they get $25,000. If they don't, I don't think actually that
they get money to be on the show, I assume.
Of course they do.
Not a lot, though. They're not famous. They're just pretty.
Well, sure.
They get paid.
They certainly get paid.
Okay. They 100%. Get paid.
There's no chance they don't. Yes, 100%.
I imagine that's why a lot of people go on it. And like I said, I think
100%.
Some couples are like, we're good. Like, they're probably good. But they're like, we're going to go on it because we want to be seen and we want to get money.
And remember what I said. I would imagine, I don't know, I've never seen it until 2 hours ago, that some people go on it thinking, here's my big break. I could get famous from this. And what I said to Jenna, again,
and then they just get broken up with and cheated on.
Is that it is, I think there are, people who want to become famous, Temptation Island is not the most efficient way to do that at all. And I'm like, I had heard the name. I didn't actually know the concept behind it, had never seen it. And now I am super fascinated by it because I just can never, like, I actually don't think you could pay me enough money to do that. Well, you could, but it would have to be a lot. And I would have to be in a not great
honestly,
relationship.
Not me.
Yeah.
Like, I want money. I want money.
Totally.
That's my tagline or whatever. I want money. But I don't
not at the expense of your
put
relationship.
Myself and my partner.
Yeah. In the most horrible situation ever
even
for a relationship.
Even if no one does anything ultimately, quote unquote, bad. Oh my
God,
God, the emotional toll.
The strain it puts. I can't even.
I'd like to go to Hawaii, though.
Blows my mind.
Well, that Hawaii with freeness, like free house.
It's a free, beautiful mansion.
Yeah, I don't want to go. I don't want to do that. No, I'm too old for that.
Oh, my God. No, never. But we will. I've only watched. Back. I was gonna say I've only watched like 15 minutes before we started this, so I'm going to fully engage.
Yeah, I've watched 2 episodes. Can you imagine if I watched a whole season? I have so much to say. I'm totally
gonna watch and be intrigued, and maybe we'll just. I know that people either love the lookup lists or they hate them.
Totally. So tell us, should we do more of just bonus? Should we do a lookup? Should we do
both?
1 and 1 or whatever.
Kind of combine
flip flop
it.
Whenever.
I do think that
flip flop.
Sometimes you do have very interesting and pertinent things to look up. I think unfortunately or fortunately, the last 2 episodes have been pretty heavy.
Yeah,
so there's been less looking up.
Yeah, no. Remember, I check out and I stop. I put my notepad down. Also, sometimes I think they're not pertinent.
It's just interesting
to me, though. But also, let's hear feedback.
Yeah,
should we just do?
Let's just talk about what's going on in our lives.
No, let's leave it open ended.
Okay.
What should be our bonus episode?
Yeah.
If you prefer that. Should we do the lookup list still? Should we, tell us. Whatever, you get it.
What do you want
listeners get it.
Well, yeah, because today I said to Jen, we don't really have lookup stuff. I could just talk about, I could literally sit down and talk about, my relationship and just personal things. And then
I encouraged her not to do that. Yeah. Fully. But we can talk about Temptation Island for...
Ever.
I could keep going.
No, we could talk about TV forever. So, yeah, I agree. I think that's a really good way to put it. Let's leave it open. What would your ideal bonus episode be? Lookup list, random things happening in our lives, etc., etc. Tell us what you think. And I didn't get into any of the listener feedback or messages we've gotten, but I think we've gone long enough. So we will call it quits and say thank you to everyone.
We've gone an hour.
Yeah.
Plus.
Yeah.
That's a big bonus.
That's a big bonus.
You could split it in 2.
Yeah. We'll leave this and I will say thank you to everyone who's listening and thank you to our new patrons. I did say thank you, I think, on our Patreon. I posted a video, but just for extra thank you. And thank you and welcome to Eric, who recently joined, and Caitlin is a new free trialer. So you guys, our Patreon, I'm not going to gas it up like it's like the most amazing thing in the world, but there is content there you can't get anywhere else. And if you're interested, you can try it for a week for free. And we have 11 patrons now, so I feel like that's exciting.
It's one of my favorite numbers, 5 and 11. So we grew from 5 at some point. I don't know when that was.
We sure did.
Now we're at 11.
Yep.
Yay.
Yay. All right. Thanks, guys. And happy weekend. Happy Monday.
Happy
when
4th
you hear
of
this.
July. Because this is coming out on Monday.
Monday. So happy 4th of July.
Tomorrow, happy 4th of July. Right? Because if it comes out on Monday, 4th of July is Tuesday.
Yes. Happy 4th of July. Have a happy and safe 4th of July. I know that a lot of people are skipping
fireworks.
Well, I wish, because it scares animals so much.
Well, also it's
terrible.
Do you know how dry it is here? If you live in Arizona, stop it.
Yeah, I agree.
Oy.
No, a lot of people skip their podcast episodes on holidays. We are not. We will have out part 2 of the Brownsville Child Murders tomorrow on the 4th. And that's it.
If you wanted to skip, you could, and then we'd be another week ahead, but I get it.
It'd be smart for me to do that, wouldn't it?
Well, you can decide that later. Okay. Thanks for listening to our banter and our chitter chatter.
Chitter chatter.
Night, night.
Bye, guys.
Hug your loved ones.
Night.